without pain. You don't want to roll the dice, but fortune favors the brave. So I'm reaching towards the light. Now that this moment's come around, I'm taking a chance tonight, and there is no way I'm backing down. I put it all on the line. Everything I have, I risk it for the climb.
Welcome to Lego Monster Jam! My name is Aaron Toyster, creator and founder of Lego Monster Jam, and we want to welcome you back here yet again to the Andel Arena in Grand Rapids, Michigan, as we have returned for our final event here this evening, as this is the final event of the weekend. But not only that, it's the final event for Lego Monster Jam Arena Championship Series North. As Lego Monster Jam fans are tuning in attendance tonight, this is the final event of this series. Tonight, we will be crowning our series champion as promised. Throughout the entire week that we've been leading up to this week, today is the day that these drivers are going to see who will be on top in this series. As ladies and gentlemen, welcome in as we are getting ready to get started here with this Lego Monster Truck Show here, as we are super excited that you're able to tune in on live, whether it be on YouTube or even on our TikTok Live. We want to thank you guys so much. 12 people so far in our TikTok Live. We appreciate everyone here. Thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure to tap that screen, share it with your friends and family, and make sure to give us a follow. And on our YouTube channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button, turn on those notifications, so that way you don't miss a beat. Well, welcome back, Lego Monster Jam fans, here to the Andel Arena in Grand Rapids, Michigan. This is the final event, like we said before, here for Arena Championship Series North. It's been 5 grueling cities and stops on our tour, and now we culminate to this. This is the final show for Arena Championship Series North. As soon, we'll be announcing something bigger and better for the 2026 Lego Monster Jam season. So sit back and relax. If you need some snacks, go ahead and get those, because you're going to be needing no seat whatsoever for this. You'll be on the edge of your seat, as every single truck and driver are ready to go here. But let's go ahead and recap of what happened this afternoon, actually. In the afternoon event, show 4, it was an incredible event where Chris Colter in Mayhem, the hometown hero, would take his timed racing championship with a 10.322, the fastest time with him. And in the two-wheel skills competition, it would be Jamie Sullivan and Thor getting really technical in her run, culminating to that two-wheel skills competition victory with a 9.631. And then we wrapped it up with freestyle, and Freestyle Foley came back into action. Last night he won the freestyle championship, and now he won it again this afternoon, as he's looking for more glory in the freestyle competition this evening, as he took that with a 9.091 over Kristen Anderson and Gray Digger. Speaking of Kristen Anderson, the overall event champion was Kristen Anderson and Gray Digger with the most points at the end of the event. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the video board, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to go ahead and take a look and see who has this lead going into the season standings, as we're going to go ahead and take a look with you guys. 256 points for first place right now. Kristen Anderson and Gray Digger leads the way as she continues to extend her lead in this series. And in second place, Terminal Velocity driver John Zimmer Jr. with 247 points, moving into second place. And Cam McQueen will move right into third with 244 points. As ladies and gentlemen, we are super excited to see what's going to happen here this evening. I'm sure that you guys are excited for it, and we cannot wait to see what's going to happen. As Lego Monster Jam fans, this is it. This is the final event here in Grand Rapids, Michigan, along with the crowning of our Arena Championship Series North champion, which will be happening after we crown our freestyle and overall event champion. Well, Lego Monster Jam fans, it is time to get this party started We want to welcome you right here into the Andel Arena. We want to welcome you here into Grand Rapids, Michigan. But most importantly, we want to welcome you to Lego Monster Jam. Lego Monster Jam fans, representing the 25th anniversary of El Toro Loco, a part of Team Stream Racing in his third competitive season from Leicester, Massachusetts, Joe Foley, El Toro Loco. North point standings, a part of the 2024 Arena Tour 1 runner-up position in its 9th competitive season. From Calgary, Alberta, give it up for King of the Queen, Northern Nightmare. In second place of the series, ladies and gentlemen, he's a part of Team Senate Motorsports in his second competitive season from Granby, North Carolina. Please welcome in John Zimmer Jr., Terminal Velocity. Sitting in first place on the series, she competed in the inaugural Lake Monster Jam World Final Showdown in her 4th competitive season. From Kill Devil Hills, North Carolina, Kristen Anderson, Grave Digger. And now it's time to meet the rest of the superstars of Arena Championship Series North. Debuting the all-new Marvel Lego Monster Jam truck this season in his 2nd competitive season from Remoto, California, Brandon Arthur, the Amazing Spider-Man. She won the Tool Skills competition twice this weekend, debuting the all-new Marvel Lego Monster Jam truck this season in her 1st competitive season from Christmas, Florida, Jamie Sullivan, Thor. He's the hometown hero, representing Team Screen Racing in his 4th competitive season from Columbus, Michigan, Chris Kohler, Mayhem. And last but certainly not least, a part of Senate Motorsports in his 6th competitive season from Middlebury, Vermont, John Zimmer Sr., Megalodon. Ladies and gentlemen, for the last time this season, these are your superstars of Arena Championship Series North. Lego Monster Jam fans, this evening we recognize a historic milestone, 250 years of the American story. Raise your phones and light up the arena as we honor those who continue to carry that story forward. Grand Rapids. For 250 years, America has been powered by strength, freedom, and resilience. Values that live in the heart of Lego Monster Jam, and values that continue to inspire this great nation, the United States of America. Today, we proudly honor our active duty military, veterans, first responders, and frontline heroes. If you are among these incredible individuals, we ask you to stand up and be recognized for your service and sacrifice. Let's show them our appreciation like a Monster Jam fans. our military police as they present our nation's colors, the red, the white, the blue. And now, as we honor America's 250th birthday, we ask all to rise if you're able to. Remove your hats for the performance of our national anthem, sung by Voice Avenue.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleam, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streamed, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
it is the final event of Arena Championship Series North, Grand Rapids, Michigan. This is Lego Monster Champ. It's time for our first competition of this evening, and that is the timed racing competition where each truck will go around the turning pod here, and they will try to get the fastest time possible. They will go around two different types of turns here as they are going to try to fly to the finish line. And we cannot wait to see what that's going to happen here. As, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to go ahead and take a look and see our order: Megalodon, El Toro Loco, Thor, Northern Nightmare, The Amazing Spider-Man, Great Digger, Terminal Velocity, and Mayhem. The winner will be whoever has the fastest time around the course. So, ladies and gentlemen, who's ready for the timed racing competition? Coming up first, John Zimmer Sr., Megalodon. Let's hear it for John Zimmer Sr., Megalodon. Good time here for him here in this competition. It's not by how it's judged, but it's by a stopwatch. Let's go ahead and take a look and see. 10.510. That will start us off here in the racing competition of timed racing. As coming up next, we've got more. Coming up next, it's Joe Foley, El Toro Loco. Unfortunately, not going to be his best time. He washed out way too far out, had to recheck it, and he was able to correct himself before hitting the ramp. Let's go ahead and take a look and see where he's going to hit here. 10.510, John Zimmer Sr., Megalodon is your leader so far right now in this timed racing competition. 12.338, unfortunately 2 seconds off of what we just seen from John Zimmer Sr. and Megalodon, as he is still your leader. We want to thank our incredible sponsors here with us this evening. Internet Northwest, the official streaming platform for Lego Monster Jam. If you're looking for fast, affordable Wi-Fi, use Internet today, as they have for the first year that you use them. It is a $30 plan that you do a month. And as you go throughout a whole year, it will increase to $50. But however, you still get your $30 worth for a trial. And brought to you by Octane, the official fuel of Lego Monster Jam. If you're looking to power your car, your boat, your RV, or your own Lego Monster Jam truck, use Octane today for the best fuel efficiency and for the better price. All right, are we ready for the next competitor? Coming up next, Jamie Sullivan, Thor. Let's hear it for Jamie Sullivan, Thor. Not bad from her. Let's go ahead and take a look and see what the times are. It's probably going to be better than Joe Foley and El Toro Loco's time, but I don't know if it'll be enough to take John Zimmer Sr. down in Megalodon with a 10.510. The times are coming in as it's a 10.691. That's going to put him in second place as the first three of our competitors have moved in, as we've got 5 more competitors yet to go here in the time racing. All right, Lego Monster Jam fans, it is time for your favorite time of the hour. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for shout-outs. So whoever wants to shout out, go ahead and type it in the chat. All right, Lego Monster Jam fans, thank you so much for tuning in. Loka, thank you so much for tuning in with us. Shout out to you, buddy. Allison, thank you so much for tuning in. Cozy45, thank you so much for tuning in as well. CT Fanboy, thank you so much for tuning in as well. We are super happy that you fans are here with us this evening. 9 Lucid, 9 Dreams, 9, thank you so much for tuning in. Dalton Caldwell, thank you so much for tuning in as well. Thomas, thank you so much for tuning in too. We are super happy for you guys to be here, witnessing history once again, as we are going to be crowning our series champion right here in this competition. As we're getting ready for our next racing pass, we want to thank you guys so much for tuning in. Thank you guys so much in the comments. Let's get back to the time racing. Coming up next, he knows all about this time racing shenanigans here. As ladies and gentlemen, coming up next, Cam McQueen, Northern Nightmare.
Yeah, from the land of the lost, straight as Canada cross, patriotic in a honor with my head on top. From the greatest of lakes to the greenest of greens, to the rockiest mountains and everything in between. Okay. gotta be. Attitude that keeps it all. The shit carries my minds, how we claim it all. He's a great white girl from my 20th sector. I'm running the joke with an abundance of laughter. A red and white flag, keep it high, keep it visual. People say Canada gets stereotypical. Think we finish every sentence with body or buy. And if it ain't that, it's either through A or guy. Yeah, we consider it people. Still doing rap like the 1990s, but that's how we like it, all time and grinding. I know it was fun and I told you before.
Let's hear it, ladies and gentlemen, for King McQueen, Northern Nightmare. Good solid pass from him as well. Let's go ahead and take a look and see what the time is. The time is here. 10.510 for Megalodon John Zimmer Sr. He's currently in the lead right now, as it's a 10.708. Third place for Cam McQueen, Northern Nightmare. Well, coming up next, it is going to be Brent Arthur, the Amazing Spider-Man. Let's hear it for Brent Arthur, the Amazing Spider-Man. Fun fact on this week, they actually in show 1 had the fastest time in the time racing competition. As ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and take a look at the times posted by our track officials that got the time from this pass. 10.510, John Zimmer Sr., Megalodon, and the times for Brent Arthur, the Amazing Spider-Man, 10.378. That is bat fast here, as he is now on top of the leaderboard. All right, coming up next, she is back to the bone, and she is your series points leader on Arena Championship Series score, Kristen Anderson, Grave Digger.
On the day I was born, the song got around, and it gazed through wide wonder at the joy they had found. When I spoke up, so leave us alone. She could tell right away that I was bad to the bone. Bad to the bone. Bad to the bone.
Let's hear it for Kristen Anderson, Grave Digger. Good run, but it looks like they keep washing out. They're not getting too close to the tire, which, by the way, happened in show 4. When John Zimmer Sr. and Megalodon went out, he actually clipped the turning tire and actually the crush car, and he ended up flipping over. Kristen Anderson in show 3 would end up clipping the tire, which you cannot do that. It is a 5-second penalty, so she didn't want to do that again. Understandable. Let's go ahead and see what the times are, though. 10.378. The Amazing Spider-Man, Brandon Arthur, is in the lead right now, and the times coming in, 10.589. Not enough, as she will be moved into 3rd place here in the time racing competition. Well, here we go, Lego Monster Jam fans. He's the only guy in the field got a split paint job of blue and orange. Let's welcome in John Zimmer Jr., Terminal Velocity. Unfortunately, he's kind of clipped it there. Unfortunately, not going to be able to get a fast pass. What a tough break. And what I talked about earlier about the 5-second penalty thing, that happened in show 3 with Kristen Anderson and Greg Digger, who unfortunately was not able to get that truck to set. So that's why she kind of took it a little bit easier here in this competition this evening, as she is hoping for a good time to stick, and that's what she ended up with, 10.589. So correction a little bit there, but however, let's go ahead and take a look and see. Terminal Velocity driver John Zimmer Jr. All right, 10.378. Brandon Arthur and the Amazing Spider-Man is still the leader here in the times to beat. 11.220, though, however, is going to be a 6th place finish for John Zimmer Jr. in Terminal Velocity, as he'll head to pretty much almost second to dead last here in the time trials of the time racing competition. Our final competitor here in the time racing competition, Chris Kohler, Mayhem. Wicked save there for Chris Kohler and Mayhem. But however, this is his hometown. He doesn't care. Chris Kohler, Mayhem. Hold on, a spectacular save now. The question is it going to be the fastest time for him here, as he completely zoomed around this course pretty quick here? So let's go ahead and take a look and see. The time to beat is a 10.378. Brandon Arthur, the Amazing Spider-Man, still holds the lead. The times for Mayhem and Chris Kohler is... He's done it again! 10.322! Just a lot quicker here on this track. And to take it off here in this competition for the hometown hero. He's won it again. He won it in show 4. He's now done it in show 5. Ladies and gentlemen, Chris Kohler, Mayhem. Let's hear it, ladies and gentlemen, for the final time this season. Your time racing competition winner in show 5 is Chris Kohler, Mayhem. Congratulations. the timed racing competition. Did phenomenal here this evening. He did well in this afternoon. He also won Show 4's timed racing competition as well. So he is sitting pretty high here in Grand Rapids, Michigan, as this is his hometown. This is the hometown of Team Scream. And we have two great representatives, Chris Kohler and Joe Foley from Team Scream representing. Lego Monster Jam fans, we have just wrapped up. Let's go ahead and take a look at these overall event standings. Pretty much how they finished is how they did in the time racing competition. So if you had the slowest time like Joe Foley and El Toro Loco did, he would only get 1 point. And if you were on top of the mountain like Chris Kohler and Mayhem with the fastest time, you would end up getting 8 points. So that's how we figured those points out here. And coming up next, Lego Monster Jam fans, we cannot wait to see what's going to go down in the Two Wheel Skills competition. As Lego Monster Jam fans, we're getting closer and closer to crowning our series champion of Arena Championship Series North. We've been to many venues in the past: Kansas City, Rosemont, Vancouver, Des Moines, and now we're here in Grand Rapids to crown our series champion and wrap up Arena Championship Series North. Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go ahead and take an intermission and get ready for the Two Wheel Skills competition. On TikTok, we are going to end the live stream, but when we pop it right back up, we are going to get set for the Two Wheel Skills competition. So make sure, if you're interested in coming back here, make sure to refresh your screen on our Lego Monster Jam homepage of our account. Make sure to continue to refresh, and we will be back with you fans here this evening for the next competition. So Lego Monster Jam fans, without further ado, this is Lego Monster Jam Intermission. Now's the best time to make sure you're staying up to date. Where are we going to be heading from here? Well, I'm going to tell you. You have to check our Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, or TikTok to find those answers for yourself, because soon we'll be announcing something pretty soon about Lego Monster Jam coming up next, and it'll be right around the corner. So Lego Monster Jam fans, make sure you check us out in all 4 of our platforms. They're all listed in our bio, so you can check it all out right there. But ladies and gentlemen, right now, it's time for intermission.
should be alone tonight, yeah, baby, tonight, yeah, baby. I got a reason that you should take me home tonight. I need a man that thinks it's right when it's so wrong tonight, yeah, baby, tonight, yeah, baby. Right on the limits where we know we both belong tonight. It's hard to feel the rush, to push the dangerous. I'm gonna run right you to the edge with get that chunk of line back on.
The whole Northern Light system is from Apple, and then we go to the Canadian border, just a couple miles into Washington, and then we go clear over to Thompson Falls, Montana.
Northern Lights is not for profit, so we are a member-owned cooperative.
The days where the most hazard exists is the outage days. We'll be working up to 32-hour shifts on that.
Their commitment is unbelievable. They answer the call on Thanksgiving. They answer the call on Christmas morning. They answer the call every time.
You're definitely aware of the customer, trying to do the best you can to get them back up as fast as you can.
You have to think of all of them because they own the company. Everything you do is for them, it's for everybody.
These eyes?
These eyes make a statement.
They take it all in.
These eyes I got from my mom, which I got from my mom, which I got from my mom.
They help you make this.
Nail this?
These eyes are important to me.
Because they're the only ones I've got.
That's why I take them here to America's Best.
With a team of doctors and associates who believe every
Eye deserves better.
especially these ones.
America's Best. Every eye deserves better.
And welcome back, LEGO Monster Jam fans, as we have returned from intermission. The track is ready to go here in this incredible LEGO Monster Jam event here at Andel Arena in Grand Rapids, Michigan. We are super happy that you guys have come back with us as we are getting ready for LEGO Monster Jam right here in Andel Arena in Grand Rapids, Michigan. Hope everyone is doing good this evening as we are getting prepared for our next competition, the Tool Skills, right here in Grand Rapids, Michigan. As we continue to carry forward, we want to thank you guys so much. Huge shout out to our construction team for getting everything ready to go, as this track looks amazing here in Andel Arena in Grand Rapids, Michigan. We want to thank everyone so much for tuning in. As ladies and gentlemen, make sure to hit the subscribe button, turn on post notifications for more YouTube content. And if you're on our TikTok, make sure to tap that screen, share it with your friends and family, and give us a follow as well. All these things and more help support this LEGO Monster Jam channel. I've been doing LEGO Monster Jam since I was 11 years old, and we didn't have this fancy technology back then to be able to produce it. The first show that we've ever live streamed, I have to say, was probably in 2022. That's when we started live streaming a lot of our LEGO Monster Jam events. So we have like a 10-year gap kind of where we didn't live stream a lot of our events, which we were able to post them all on YouTube. But however, no one was able to watch it in live, live feed. So you guys are getting a true treat. And now that I'm in my middle 20s, it is definitely great to see all the great, exciting action that is a part of LEGO Monster Jam today. Well, LEGO Monster Jam fans, without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get started. Let's go ahead and get started here by looking at our Tool Skills competition criteria. All right, here is our Tool Skills competition criteria, and it is as it stands. 2 attempts for each truck and driver to maneuver this tricky track here in the Andel Arena in Grand Rapids, Michigan. And these 2 attempts are also kind of accompanied by 1 donut. Yes, they can either choose if they want to do 1 donut or they want to do 2 attempts on this track to get the best score possible. They are looking for a win here in the series. They're hoping to get this win and hopefully be able to get that automatic bid to LEGO Monster Jam World Finals 5 in Las Vegas, Nevada. Completion of the hits is key in order to get the best score possible. If you end up rolling over on your first attempt, the judges will deduct from their scores to be able to decide who deserves to be in the lead. So that's very important to to make sure those hits are completed here in this competition. And we can see a lot of great things here this evening. We can see a lot of wheelies, stompies, bicycles, moonwalks. And I've said it here before and I'll say it again. We can definitely see a lot of crazy tricks coming out from these LEGO Monster Jam trucks and drivers. Ladies and gentlemen, who's ready for the two-wheel skills competition? Coming up first, Joe Foley, El Toro Loco. Let's hear it for Joe Foley, El Toro Loco. Great start here in our two-wheel skills competition. Great moves overall from Joe Foley and El Toro Loco. Now, let's go ahead and take a look at the scores. Judges have turned them in as the scores to start our two-wheel skills off is 8.101. First place here in this competition, but can he hold the lead? We're about to find out as we've got more competitors yet to come here. maneuvers here in this competition, trying something new off the tire run here. That's a brand new obstacle. It debuted last year, and now we decided to implement it in more of our LEGO Monster Jam events as we continue to grow this LEGO Monster Jam community. So that's really cool to see. He did phenomenal right there. And then coming up on that mini flip ramp, almost lost it, was able to collect himself there, and he put it into another combo before doing another moonwalk off of the mini flip. So let's go ahead and take a look at the scores. Score to beat is an 8.101 from Joe Foley and El Toro Loco. The scores for John Zimmer Jr. Terminal Velocity is 9.422, putting him in first. Let's hear it for John Zimmer Jr. Terminal Velocity.
Days are gone, now the memories on the wall. I hear the songs from the places where I was born. Upon a hill across the blue lake, that's where I had my first heartbreak. I still remember how it all changed.
Coming up next, Cam McQueen, Northern Nightmare. Oh my! Good save by Cam McQueen, Northern Nightmare. Question is, will the truck be able to continue on here? Tech officials are trying to restart here in this event. Definitely one of the craziest saves off of a crush car I've seen. Was able to get it on. Tech officials are calling it done here, unfortunately. Due to a blocked up planetary when he did that save in the front right tire here, the planetary got locked up here, and his night in the Super Skills competition will come to an end. But let's make some noise, ladies and gentlemen. Cam McQueen, Northern Nightmare. Just a tough break here in this competition for him. He's done very, very well. Show 3, he actually ended up winning the Dual Skills competition along with his time racing competition, but unfortunately tonight will not be his night to collect another Dual Skills competition. Let's go ahead and take a look at the scores. 9.422. John Zimmer Jr. Terminal Velocity is the score to beat. The scores for Cam McQueen and Northern Nightmare is 8.322. That's going to put him in second place as he'll move into second still, but unfortunately just not enough to catch John Zimmer Jr. in Terminal Velocity with that score of a 9.422. Jam fans, you know what time it is. If you were in the stream with us, in the Type Racing Competition stream, you knew what time it is. It's time for shout-out time. Go ahead and type in the chat. Who wants the shout-outs? All right, we want to thank all our Lego Monster Jam fans here. 115 you, 115 actually here today. Thank you so much for tuning in as well. All right, let's go ahead and read these. Allison, thank you so much for tuning in. Waldo, thank you yet again for coming in, buddy. Teddy G, thank you so much. Here, we want to thank you guys so much for your money support of Lego Monster Jam. Clay Turner 75C, thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for the 5 baby hippos on TikTok. We appreciate you as we are continuing on throughout our time here with our incredible shout out time. Artho Bizarro, thank you so much for tuning in. Cluster Guts Hill, thank you so much for tuning in. Shout out to Wyatt, thank you so much for tuning in. Lucia Hart, thank you so much for tuning in. Sorry if I butchered your name. Loga, thank you so much for tuning in. Icon YX, thank you so much for tuning in as well. Nick Young, thank you so much for tuning in as well. Thank you so much for all the great shout outs here tonight. We want to thank you guys so much for tuning in today. Thank you so much, Langdon Luck. Thank you. And we have so many others, but thank you so much. If you want your name shout out, just put it in the chat, and we'll read it next time we continue on going on here in Lego Monster Jam. Coming up next, Jamie Sullivan, Thor. Let's hear it for Jamie Sullivan, Thor. All right, Lego Monster Jam fans, it's time to see who is getting the lead here in this competition. Very good 2 maneuvers by Jamie Sullivan and Thor, who's actually won 2 of these competitions this weekend here in Grand Rapids, Michigan. 9.422 though is John Zimmer Jr. Terminal Velocity. That is the score to beat. The scores for Jamie Sullivan and Thor is 8.937, pretty good. Second place here in this competition, as unfortunately it won't be enough to take the lead, but it will be enough to take second place as we're halfway through our 2 wheel skills competition. for Kristen Anderson, Green Digger.
On the day I was born, the song is around. The age that I wonder. The joy around. Let's spoke up. So leave this one alone. She can tell right away. I was bad as a bone. Bad as a bone. Bad as a bone.
Oh my! Amazing save pulled off by Kristen Anderson. Great save here in this bicycle attempt. She was going to try to put it in a moonwalk, but she almost lost the balance. She pulled off the save though. Let her hear you, ladies and gentlemen. Kristen Anderson, Grave Digger. That was incredible. And then she does something we call the moon flip here, which is a really unique move that drivers all over the place have been trying it out. Where it's basically do a moonwalk and then you go for an obstacle and you try to pop it up onto the back tires here in this event and then walk it back and forth on the rear tires. Something different here for Kristen Anderson and Greg Digger. Let's go ahead and take a look and see what the scores are looking like. Score to beat, 9.422. That is the current score to beat from John Zimmer Jr. in terminal velocity. The scores for Kristen Anderson and Grave Digger is 9.544. She's got the lead, and taking the lead here in the Tool Skills competition is Kristen Anderson, Grave Digger.
I wish I found some better sounds no one's ever heard. I wish I had a better voice and sang some better words. I wish I found some chords in an order that is new. I wish I didn't have to rhyme every time I sang. I was told when I get older all my fears would shrink, but now I'm insecure and I care what people think. My name's blurry face and I care what you think. My name's blurry face and I care what you think. Wish we could turn back time to the good old days when the mama sang us to sleep, but now we're stressed out. Wish we could turn back time to the good old days when the mama sang us to sleep, but now we're stressed out.
Coming up next, it is John Zimmer Sr. Megalodon. performance from him here in this competition. Not too bad, as he's hoping to take the lead here as well. We're looking for a really good run from him as well here in this competition. Let's go ahead and take a look and see what the scores are looking like. 9.544, that is the current score to beat from Kristen Anderson and Gravedigger, as she's hoping to take the lead here in our two-wheel skills competition. John Zimmer Sr. looking for that score to take the lead. The scores for John Zimmer Sr. and Megalodon is 8.611. That's going to put him in 4th place here in this competition. All right, Lego Monster Jam fans, who's ready for more two-wheel skills action? Well, coming up next, the Lego Monster Jam truck that made the headlines in this competition. Starting us off in Kansas City, ladies and gentlemen, Brandon Arthur, the Amazing Spider-Man. Let's hear it. Going for the gold. Give it up for Brandon Arthur, the Amazing Spider-Man. Great run overall for Brandon Arthur and Amazing Spider-Man. This truck made headlines when they found out that this truck came out this year. This truck was very popular back in the 2015 Lego Monster Jam season when we ran it. And it is back here after over 11 years worth of waiting. So now let's go ahead and take a look and see what the scores are looking like. Score to beat is a 9.544, and that is held by Kristen Anderson and Gravedigger here in this competition. The scores for Brandon Arthur, the Amazing Spider-Man, is 8.945 as a third place finish for Brandon Arthur and the Amazing Spider-Man as Kristen Anderson still leads the way.
We'll do it all. Everything on our own.
Our final competitor here this evening in the 2 skills competition, Chris Kohler, Mayhem. Let's hear it for Chris Kohler, Mayhem. Representing his team he is in his hometown state of Michigan here this weekend here in Grand Rapids, Michigan. Such a great job at the moonwalk attempt here, and then goes for a bicycle into a moonwalk, and he definitely pulled off a really good moonwalk here in this competition. So let's go ahead and take a look and see if it's enough to take the lead. Score to be is a 9.544. Kristen Anderson, Grave Digger, holds that lead. The scores for Chris Kohler and Mayhem is 9.219. That's a third place position, which means your 2 skills competition winner, Kristen Anderson, Grave Digger.
On the day I was born, the song got around. The gates that wide open at the door they found. The nurse spoke up, said leave this one alone. She could tell right away that I was bad as the bone. Bad as the bone. Bad as the bone.
One more time, Grand Rapids, for your 2 skills competition winner, Kristen Anderson, Grave Digger. This is just 4 points to add to the chase. She could possibly win this series championship. If she does, she will become the first Grave Digger driver to win a series as a female Grave Digger driver. Not only that, she'd become the first grade bigger driver since 2017 when Cole Menard and Greg Bigger piloted on the Triple Threat West Series. This is huge history for Kristen Anderson Greg. If she can win this, she can definitely make some history tonight as the only female to ever win a series championship here in Lego Monster Jam history, along with being the first grade bigger driver since 2017 to win a series title. So this is going to be very interesting. Let's go ahead and see Chris Kohler. Mayhem is on top of our leaderboards for the overall event standings. Greg Digger in second place with 13 points. Brandon Arthur, the Amazing Spider-Man, in 12th with 12 points in third place. And in fourth place, Terminal Velocity driver John Zimmer Jr. And how fitting is this that John Zimmer Sr. is tied with his son for fourth place. Lego Monster Jam fans, this time it is the final freestyle competition for the final time of Arena Championship Series North. These trucks and drivers are going to freestyle for the final time for the series. As whoever wins this series championship will go to Lego Monster Jam World Finals 5 in Las Vegas, Nevada. So make sure you stay tuned till the end as we will be crowning our series champion later tonight. So Lego Monster Jam fans, we are going to go ahead and take our intermission and get the track ready to go, get these trucks ready to go for what it will be a great final freestyle competition for Arena Championship Series North. Without further ado, Lego Monster Jam fans, this is intermission. Now's the best time to make sure you stay up to date with us on our Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok pages as we continue to post daily about Lego Monster Jam in its entirety. We have so many great things and great announcements coming up, and you definitely don't want to miss them because they're coming soon or right around the corner. So make sure to follow us on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok to find out more on what's going to happen here with Lego Monster Jam. Just like we did in the previous TikTok Live, we're going to go ahead and end the live stream. And when we come back, we're going to have the freestyle competition and more up next. So ladies and gentlemen, this is intermission.
trucks in micro scale. Includes 5 of your favorite monster trucks. Maximum destruction, monster bus, El Toro logo, Captain's Curse, and Grave Digger. In micro size. With big chunky tires, authentic decals, and working suspension. Use the box as a ramp. Imagine, build, play with new Monster Jam Ultimate Micro Collection from Connect.
Passionate about a life in racing? Circle track, drag racing, drifting, or monsters. Find it all at the University of Northwestern Ohio.
The passion here is very different than I've seen in Michigan. You guys set up very, very well to succeed and to win in a big time way.
One factor the school you can go to for racing, it's just a little bit insane, but it's very cool because it gives kids like me the opportunity to chase that dream.
See where your future can take you with a high-performance motorsports degree from the University of Northwestern Ohio.
Just like that, Lego Monster Jam fans, we are back and ready for more Lego Monster Jam like you've never seen before. We want to welcome you all back here into the Andel Arena in Grand Rapids, Michigan, as we are getting set and ready for our final competition of this evening, but along with this weekend, but also along with this series. It all comes down to this. Whoever wins this will be the series champion. And we're going to find out who that person is later down the road. So stay tuned to the end. Lego Monster Jam fans, welcome back to the Andel Arena here in Grand Rapids, Michigan, as we are super excited to be back here with you fans. This is show 5 out of the weekend. We've done 5 events here this weekend, and we're super excited to see what's going to go down here tonight here in freestyle. So Lego Monster Jam fans, you're definitely in for a treat as we're getting ready for our next Lego Monster Jam competition tonight. As ladies and gentlemen, this is the final freestyle tonight along with the final event here with this amazing Arena Championship Series North. It's kind of sad because we started off pretty strong together in Kansas City. Then we went to Des Moines, Iowa, had some fun there. Then we went to Vancouver, British Columbia, and it was awesome to see a lot of great drivers come through. And then also coming in again and seeing how everything went in as, ladies and gentlemen, going to Des Moines, Iowa, and now we're going to wrap the series up tonight here in Grand Rapids, Michigan. Well, Lego Monster Jam fans, get your popcorn, get your drinks, as we are going to go ahead and get ready to go. As ladies and gentlemen, it's time to see what the freestyle competition offers. All right, Lego Monster Jam fans, here is the rubric for the competition criteria, what the judges will be scoring upon here in this competition. As ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and take a look at the list. 75 seconds for each truck and driver to tear it up on the track to see who can last the longest here in freestyle. Now, if they roll over and the time has not expired, it will be a deduction to the score. So definitely wanting to make sure to keep that momentum going is definitely key in order to get the best score possible here. And the use of all obstacles, we talked about it before. You don't want to just hit one thing over and over again. The judges won't deduct from that, but they won't give a high enough score if they want to. So, ladies and gentlemen, it is very important to make sure that you use everything on the track here, whether it be crush cars, whether it be ramps, whether it be even the mini flip, the back foot ramp. Use everything that you have here in freestyle, and that's what the drivers all have to do in order to win big here in freestyle. Let's go ahead and take a look and see. Using a lot of creativity, what can you add into your freestyle run is going to be the detriment or the success for each of our freestyle competitors here in tonight's freestyle competition. Now let's go ahead and talk about this one, the wow factor. We've seen a lot of great wow factors this weekend here in Grand Rapids, Michigan, like El Toro logo breaking the entire rear end here and freestyle, including blowing out the entire motor of the Lego Monster Jam truck. They got that truck fixed and ready to go. It's freestyle ready, as Freestyle Foley will be coming out last year because he won the freestyle competition in show 4 and in show 3. So let's go ahead and take a look and see what's going to happen here. along with technical moves and combinations. These two are very crucial factors into the scoring. Actually, all of these are part of the freestyle competition criteria. So it's definitely important to make sure you put every single attribute together in order to get the best score possible from the judges. They'll be scoring from a 1-point decimal to a 10-point decimal, so that way we don't have too many ties coming into freestyle. So ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, let's go ahead and get ready for the freestyle competition right here in Grand Rapids, Michigan. Lego Monster Jam fans, it's time for Lego Monster Jam Freestyle. This is the final one for Arena Championship Series North. So Grand Rapids, this is Lego Monster Jam Freestyle. Unfortunately, that's not what he wanted to do here in this competition. But ladies and gentlemen, let's make some noise for the final time to see him in the freestyle competition. Chris Kohler, Mayhem. Tough break for him as unfortunately only filled 54 seconds before he went over, as he unfortunately just got too out of control there and it rolled him over. So he had 54 seconds left on the clock to fill and unfortunately just went over here in freestyle. But what a nice start here for freestyle, as ladies and gentlemen, we are officially kicked off here. The scores are coming in from the judges, as ladies and gentlemen, the scores for Chris Kohler and Mayhem is 8.942. Wow, they gave him really a good score here in this competition. I don't know what that was about, but however, I guess that's sometimes what happens here. But it's kind of weird because that score was pretty, it should have been pretty low there, but I guess the judges really liked the run. I don't know what to say about it because I'm just speechless on how this happened. But, ladies and gentlemen, that's Chris Kohler, Mayhem. had to cut him off because something electrical was not happy after he did that barrel roll save. But what a great run to start us off here with our second competitor. Great to see Brandon Arthur bring back the Amazing Spider-Man. Great body, great design, as he's hoping to take the lead here in freestyle. Score to beat is an 8.942. Chris Kohler, Mayhem is the score to beat. The scores for Brandon Arthur and the Amazing Spider-Man is 7.769. Wow. Second place, I think that would be Chris Kohler and Mayhem there, and Brandon Arthur with an 8.942. That is just disrespectful here. Wow, these judges are very, very crucial here tonight. But however, I don't agree with that score, definitely for sure. That is no 7.769. I'd say at least maybe 8.4 at best. But however, that's unfortunate as he had a run going. But let's make some noise one more time for Brandon Arthur, the Amazing Spider-Man. For some Canadian pride, Cam McQueen, Northern Nightmare. This is just a tricky track to learn. They have a lot of issues this weekend to run this track. And unfortunately, they can't today. As ladies and gentlemen, let's make some noise for Cam McQueen, Northern Nightmare. He had a good run going here, but unfortunately, just the momentum off that ramp was a little too much. And it just threw the truck right on over. But let's hope the scores are a little bit better now, since the judges are just ruthless here in freestyle. This is the first time I've seen this in all Lego Monster Jam years I've been doing it. There's been a couple times where the judges were like, a little bit wrong, but let's go ahead and take a look at the scores. Score to beat is 8.942 from Chris Kohler Mayhem, who unfortunately I don't think would be the leader. It should be Brandon Arthur, the Amazing Spider-Man, at like an 8.4 or something. But ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and take a look at the scores for Cam McQueen and Northern Nightmare. They are 8.107. Okay, I can definitely see this one definitely being very accurate now. Second place is okay, but I have to say that Chris Kohler needs to be dethroned. No hard feelings to him, as he did good, but unfortunately didn't fill the whole clock, and that's one of the requirements here in this Lego Monster Jam freestyle competition.
when I was off, which happened a lot. You came to me, you said that's enough. Oh, I know that this love is pain, but we can't cut it from out these veins, no. So I'll give the lies and you love the night. We ain't leaving this room till we both know. When we came home, warm to the bones, I told myself this could get rough. And when I was off, which happened a lot, you came to me, you said that's enough. Oh, I know that this love is pain.
All right, Lego Monster Gym fans, if you're with us throughout tonight, you know that I love to get back to you fans here tonight. Who wants a shout out as we're getting ready to continue on here in freestyle? So it is shout out time. All right, Lego Monster Jam fans, thank you so much for tuning in today. As ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and give you your shout outs. Thank you so much, Loka, for coming back and enjoying Lego Monster Jam with us. We hope that you guys are enjoying. Allison Bingo, thank you so much for tuning in. Shout out to you. Allison, thank you so much for tuning in as well. Thank you so much, guys, for coming in tonight. As we want to thank you guys so much. CT Fanboy, thank you so much for tuning in as well. You are awesome. Shout out to Navajo Nation. Colin Norwalk, thank you so much for tuning in. Mr. Tricky Sleeves, thank you so much for coming in. Cozy 45. And shout out to Philip here. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in. But it's time to get back to the freestyle. Coming up next, John Zimmer Jr., Terminal Velocity. Seconds here in this competition for Johnson. Should get close to filling the clock, but let's make some noise, ladies and gentlemen, for Terminal Velocity driver John Zimmer Jr. He tried to save that thing right there, but unfortunately just caught him off guard, and he went for kind of like a pirouette there. Unfortunately landed on his roof here tonight. But ladies and gentlemen, what an incredible season he's had. Let him hear you. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the scores right now as score to beat Mayhem Chris Kohler 8.942 as they're hoping to knock that truck off by all means necessary. Let's go ahead and take a look at the scores, ladies and gentlemen. The scores for Turn Velocity and John Zimmer Jr. is 8.633. Second place here in the competition. Wow, unfortunately not going to be enough to take the lead, but he got into second place as now we are in halfway through our Lego Monster Jam Freestyle competition. As ladies and gentlemen, we've got more action yet to come, and stay tuned as our next driver and truck are coming up next.
Oh, she's sweet but a psycho, a little bit psycho. At night she's screaming, I'm on my mind, on my mind. Oh, she's hot but a psycho, so left but she's right though. At night she's screaming, I'm on my mind, on my mind. Make you curse, but she a blessing. She'll rip your shirt within a second. Coming back for second with your play. You just can't help it. No, you play along, let her lead you on. You be saying no, then saying yes, 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 'cause she messing with your head. Oh, she's sweet but a psycho, a little bit psycho. At night she's screaming, I'm on my mind, on my mind. Oh, she's hot but a psycho, so left but she's right though. At night she's screaming, I'm on my mind, on my mind. Oh, God, kinda crazy. She's poison for tasty. And people say run, don't walk away. Yeah, she's sweet but a psycho, a little bit psycho. At night she's screaming, I'm on my mind, on my mind. So someone said, don't drink her potions. She'll kiss your neck with no emotion. When she's mean, you know you love it. 'Cause she tastes so sweet. Don't sugarcoat it.
Okay, Lego Monster Jam fans, it's time for more freestyle. Coming up next, Jamie Sullivan, 4. Holy crap! What an incredible run, ladies and gentlemen! Give it up for Jamie Sullivan! 4! That was insane. I have to say, that may take the lead after all that crap that they went through dealing with all of the problems with the judging earlier on. Let's go ahead and take a look at the scores, as ladies and gentlemen. All right, this may be her first freestyle here in this competition that she may win. Let's go ahead and take a look at the scores. Score to beat, Chris Kohler, 8.942. And Mayhem currently has the lead. The scores for Jamie Sullivan and Thor is 9.132. She is taking the lead here in freestyle. Let's make some noise, ladies and gentlemen, for Jamie Sullivan, 4.
I can't win, I can't reign, I will never win this game without you, without you. I am lost, I am vain, I will never be the same without you, without you. I won't run, I won't fly, I will never make it without you, without you. I can't rest, I can't fight, all I need is you and I without you, Can't erase, so I'll take blame, but I can't accept that we're estranged without you, without you. I can't quit now, this can't be right. I can't take one more sleepless night without you, without you.
All right, time for the next competitor in freestyle, John Zimmer Sr., Megalodon. Let's hear it for John Zimmer Sr., Megalodon. Filled the entire 75 seconds, so this is going to be close. Is it going to be Jamie Sullivan that holds on, or is it going to be John Zimmer Sr. and Megalodon? Perfect mini flip there going around, and he definitely put on a great show for you fans here for the final time in freestyle competition as Arena Championship Series North wraps up tonight. Let's hear it one more time. All right, let's go ahead and and take a look at the scores. 9.132. Thor, Jamie Sullivan, is your leader with a score of that 9.132. The scores, ladies and gentlemen, for John Zimmer Sr. and Megalodon is 9.008. I have to agree with that after all the crappy judging that has happened earlier in this Lego Monster Jam Freestyle competition. That is deserving, as Chris Kohler is pushed to third place here, and John Zimmer Sr. moves into second with the scores of a 9.132. Jamie Sullivan, Thor, is still your leader. Jam fans, it's time for the final shout-outs tonight here in Arena Championship Series North. So whoever wants to shout out, go ahead and type it in. So it is time for shout-outs. So anyone that wants a shout-out, go ahead. There's been a lot of people chatting it up here in today's competitions. As ladies and gentlemen, we want to thank you guys so much for tuning in. Allison, shout out to you again. Loka, thank you so much for tuning in yet again. Prim, shout out to you as well. We want to thank you guys so much. This is our way of giving back to you fans here tonight during this Lego Monster Jam event. It's great to have everyone here. Cozy_45, thank you again, as we are super thankful for you fans here tonight. Fox, thank you so much for coming in today. You guys are incredible fans. As ladies and gentlemen, Ariana, thank you so much for tuning in. Kev, what's up, man? Hope you're doing good. Have a wonderful Lego Monster Jam event as we are continuing on throughout the entire time. Andrew James, we love you too. Lego Monster Jam, all of us love you fans. As ladies and gentlemen, we are ready for the next truck. Coming up next, I have the privilege and honor of welcoming in the current right now freestyle, the season's points leader. I want to welcome in, ladies and gentlemen, to the stage, Kristen Anderson, Brave Digger. freestyle. Kristen Anderson, Grave Digger. Incredible freestyle run. This might take the lead here in freestyle. Great job for Kristen Anderson here and Grave Digger. She did phenomenal here in the freestyle competition. Definitely deserves to have the victory. As we're going to go ahead and take a look at the scores right now, 9.132. Jamie Sullivan and Thor holds on to the lead, but isn't enough to take her out. The scores for Kristen Anderson and Grave Digger is 9.104. Second place, and that is like 28/1000ths of a point behind Jamie Sullivan and Thor. That is incredible here. As ladies and gentlemen, this is definitely the series to watch as these drivers are so close in points, whether it be in the season standings, in the overall event championships, in the freestyles. She did phenomenal, but it wasn't enough. Jamie Sullivan and Thor will be still in the lead as there's one more truck yet to freestyle. All right, the last freestyle competitor won freestyle both shows 3 and 4 here in Grand Rapids, Michigan. Let's get that bull to dance. Joe Foley, El Toro Loco. No, and that is not where he wanted to land. And unfortunately, pogoed and flipped him right on over. That is going to be the end of his reign as freestyle champion. We might see Jamie Sullivan and Thor take the win here, as this would probably mark her first or second freestyle competition win here. But ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and take a look at the scores. Score to beat right now is that 9.132 from Jamie Sullivan and Thor. Let's hear it, ladies and gentlemen, as it is for the scores. For Joe Foley and El Toro Loco is 8.419. He'll still get a good score, 6th place. As ladies and gentlemen, the final competitor for freestyle here in Arena Championship Series West, the freestyle champion. Give it up for Jamie Sullivan, Thor. competition winner here in Show 5 of Grand Rapids, Michigan. Congratulations to her as she was able to collect her next freestyle competition win. What a great job on the series that she's done. As ladies and gentlemen, she is doing phenomenal here on the series. So kudos to her. She did phenomenal all year long. And now it's time to see who is our overall event champion here this evening. As ladies and gentlemen, it is time to see who is the overall event champion. Let's go ahead and take a look on the screen right now. Total of 5 in racing. In the duo skills competition, 7 points. And in freestyle, a total of 8 points. Putting the total of the truck and driver with the most points with 20 points. These were all added up throughout the competitions. Your overall event champion is... Well, look at this. Kristen Anderson, Grave Digger. One more time, ladies and gentlemen, for Kristen Anderson, Grave Digger, your overall event champion here in Show 5 of Lego Monster Jam here in Grand Rapids, Michigan. Spectacular season, as ladies and gentlemen, the time has come. As we have been saying this all weekend long, it's time to crown our series champion of Arena Championship Series North. This truck and driver did phenomenal throughout the entire season, and now, to this point of time, it is time to announce who is the Arena Championship Series North champion. Lego Monster Jam fans, it is time to see who it is. Let's go ahead and show them right now. Kristen Anderson, Grave Digger is your Arena Championship Series North champion. Great another Gravedigger driver has won the series championship. It hasn't happened since 2017. And ladies and gentlemen, give it up one more time for your 2026 Lego Monster Arena Championship Series North Series Champion. Lego Monster Jam fans in attendance, let's give it one more time, Grand Rapids, for your 2026 Lego Monster Jam Arena Championship Series North Series Champion, Kristen Anderson, Gravedigger. What an incredible Lego Monster Jam Arena Championship Series North we've had. As ladies and gentlemen, this is the end of Arena Championship Series North. We have had 5 grueling stops on Arena Championship Series North, starting from Kansas City, Missouri, to all the way up to Grand Rapids, Michigan, right here in the Andel Arena. This has been an incredible series. We want to thank you guys so much for tuning in tonight. Like we said earlier, we've been telling you 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Come in to see who's going to be the series champion. And tonight, we have crowned the first female driver of Gravedigger and first female to win the series championship in an arena series. Kayla Blood is the only other female driver, but she won in stadiums as she has made history, as well as being the first Gravedigger driver since 2017 to win the Arena Championship Series North Championship and any series like that. Lego Monster Jam fans, what an incredible road today was, as we had an incredible event of Show 5. If you missed it, you can definitely check it out on our YouTube channel. It's all there, and you can check it out once and twice and maybe 3 times over, as this is the final Lego Monster Jam event for Arena Championship Series North. What an incredible series it has been. We've been doing this, like we said earlier, 12 years in the making. I remember starting my first show when I was 11 years old, and now I'm in my mid-20s still doing this. It's been a long road to hoe, but I can definitely tell you that Lego Monster Jam is definitely going to stick around for years to come. And I have second generation coming too. So who knows? Lego Monster Jam may be growing even farther than what you see now. Well, Lego Monster Jam fans, this is the end of Arena Championship Series North, an incredible weekend end here in Lego Monster Jam. as we are getting ready to close out the show, let's go ahead and see what's going to be an amazing event. As show 5 wraps up, let's go ahead and give you guys the event recap. Mayhem and Chris Kohler would take the fastest time in the time racing competition with a 10.322. As ladies and gentlemen, in the two-wheel skills competition, Gravediggers Kristen Anderson carrying the momentum into the two-wheel skills competition with a 9.544. And in freestyle, we wrap things up with Jamie Sullivan taking the win with a 9.132 in freestyle here this weekend. And in the overall event champion for tonight, as show 5 wraps up the final event this weekend, as Gravediggers Kristen Anderson would take the overall event championship. And in the end, Kristen Anderson and Gravedigger has officially claimed a World Finals berth at Las Vegas, Nevada, as that event will be LEGO Monster Jam's World Finals 5 times in a row that we've been there. It will be our 5th time going there, and we'll give you more information when it comes out on when LEGO Monster Jam World Finals will be set to return. Well, LEGO Monster Jam fans, that is it. If you've had some fun, ladies and gentlemen, go ahead and write it in the chat. Make some noise! As ladies and gentlemen, what an incredible series it has been. We're going to be wrapping it up here, ladies and gentlemen, for tonight. What an incredible evening it has been. As ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in. If you haven't already, make sure you hit the subscribe button, turn on post notifications for more YouTube videos like this. Along with our TikTok, make sure to tap that screen, share it with your friends and family, and make sure to follow us on TikTok. For I am your touch, the creator and founder of LEGO Monster Jam, this has been Arena Championship Series North, and we'll see you on the next LEGO Monster Jam.